Learn to say no without saying no. Interesting? Interested? Let's find out how. Guys, when we work in an organization, we have to work. That's what we get paid for. So I'm not saying say no to the things that you're required to do or supposed to do. But sometimes in life, your plate is full. You have too much to handle. You don't have any bandwidth left. And you feel, how do I say no? What if I say no and my manager thinks that I'm not capable enough? These are the wrong thoughts. These are negative thoughts that come to our mind. And that's why we keep saying yes, 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 yes. And that really, really stresses us out. And then at the end, when we are not able to finish the tasks we have said yes to, that's a very difficult situation sometimes we end up in. And our managers, our leaders, they get really frustrated with us saying, why didn't you tell me before? And that's a bad thing or bad place to be in. And today I'm going to tell you, how do you make sure that you don't say yes and the job also doesn't suffer? Because if the work suffers, then we're not doing our job well, okay? So let's understand how can we manage that balance, keep that balance and work effectively. So let's understand. So when somebody says, I want you to do this and you believe it can't be done. So let me give you an example, okay? You're working on two different deliverables at the same time. If you're working on two deliverables at the same time, they both have tight deadlines. And let's say your manager comes up and says, well, I want you to work on the third deliverable as well. And that too has a tight deadline. What will you do? Would you say yes? If you say yes, you are sure that you're going to miss one of the timelines or the quality of all three deliverables is going to go down. So what will you do? Let me tell you what you should do. First, acknowledge the need. Tell your manager, I really understand that you want me to work on deliverable C, the third deliverable, with deliverable A and B, which I'm already working on, and these are the timelines. Am I correct? And if your manager says, yeah, then you say, well, I believe, and it's not like but or however, it's like I believe if I take on the third responsibility, it will either reduce the quality of my deliverables or I may miss one of the timelines. Therefore, third step, therefore I suggest that either we push back one of the deliverables. Okay, let's see, you tell me, you prioritize please for me, Mr. Manager or Ms. Manager, that which of these three deliverables I should be working on first and which one I can push back. If all three are equally important, then I would suggest either give me an extra resource who's going to support me on these three deliverables or just give it to somebody else. What do you say? The last part. Throw the ball back into their court. Say, what do you say? Please advise. Or if you're dealing with a subordinate, you say, please suggest. Okay? These are called the four-step assertiveness model. This is a four-step assertiveness model. And what it'll teach you is how to create a balance between work and your life. Okay? Because we don't want you to be stressed out. We don't want you to be anxious. We don't want you to kill yourself working. No manager wants to, intentionally hurt you or put you under pressure. They're under pressure, you become under pressure. And it's very important to have these difficult conversations, if you may, with your manager, with your leader. So next time you're in a fix of how do I actually say no, you try the four-step assertiveness model. I understand what you want me to do. I believe if I do this, it may end up in a negative consequence. Therefore, I suggest A, B, and C, three options. Please advise. Isn't that simple? What you've just learned, my dear friends, is how to say no without saying no. Please go ahead and apply it in your life so that no, nothing suffers. Business does not suffer. Neither do you. All the best.